Weekly Wrap Up. The Southern Miss Student Media Weekly Wrap Up is a look at the events Southern Miss Student Media covered throughout the week and the events Southern Miss Student Media is working on for next week.
Golden Eagles, and welcome to the weekly wrap-up show on Southern Miss Radio. You're tuned in to WUSM 88.5 FM. I'm your host for today, Adeline Fields, and today we're taking a look back at what SM2 has been up to this past week, our first week of production, as well as what's coming up next. SM2 is Southern Miss's student media network. We cover news, entertainment, sports, campus events across multiple platforms. Today we have with us our student leaders from WUSM, the Student Prince, and Stratcom divisions. Coming up, we have a news wrap from Stephanie Perez Munoz, and after that, we will be right back talking with Carter Crow from Stratcom.
What is dedication?
My daughter is biological and my son is adopted. I love them both so much. From the morning when you wake up to putting them to bed at night and every moment in between. I think a parent's job is to protect our children, but also prepare them for the world so they become good, kind human beings.
That's dedication. Find out more at fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Look through your children's eyes to see the true magic of a forest. It's a storybook world for them. You look and see a tree. They see the wrinkled face of a wizard with arms outstretched to the sky. They see treasure in pebbles. They see a windy path that could lead to adventure. And they see you, their fearless guide through this fascinating world.
Find a forest near you and start exploring at discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
The NLS Braille and Talking Book program gives patrons with visual or physical disabilities the freedom to read their way.
If you want to read in electronic braille, you can. If you want to read on your phone, you can. If you want to read in heart print, you can.
Everybody can read the way they want to read using this program.
For more information about the National Library Service for the Blind and Physically Handicapped Library of Congress, visit loc.gov/thatallmayread.
Welcome back. We have first up Carter Crow with Stratcom. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Adeline. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's been a long week for our first week live, but it's been good.
You really said it. Golly, we've had a lot going on this week, haven't we?
We do.
Let me tell you. Well, from the Stratcom side of things, let me tell you what we got going on this week. So, articles from our newspaper have been sent over to me, and now throughout Tuesday, you can see little graphic versions of our articles with links to the actual article on our website. If you go to the Southern Miss Student Media, that's SM2.USM at Instagram, we've got those coming out throughout Tuesday, and then about 10 minutes ago, I also would like to announce that we released a fun little video kind of asking students what they felt about this up-and-coming Saturday. You know, we're all excited for the game, USM versus State. Whoop, whoop, go Eagles. Whoa! I'm doing backflips in the studio right now, if you can't tell. But we've got those coming up, and right now I just want to take a moment to plug our other social media platforms. So, like I said, we have an Instagram account, and that's our official Southern Miss Student Media Instagram account, and that is SM2.USM. Now, Facebook is just Southern Miss Student Media. And then our X is Southern Miss, I believe it's SM2.USM as well. Similar, if not the same, as our Instagram. But other than that, we have been in deep talks about getting promotions, getting videos, getting episodes shot that we need to for this up-and-coming semester. This is our first episode of Weekly Wrap Up for the semester, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I'm so excited for that. Well, given that, I'm not going to spoil too much, but I know that StratCom has a lot of things in plan. We will be bringing back Somewhere with Sophia, so that's exciting. We've got other things going on. One specific thing that I don't want to mention right now because I want to wait and let it build up, and when it gets posted, I'm going to talk about it on that Friday.
The suspense.
But we're going to get what I'm talking about is coming up in the next few weeks. So I just encourage everybody that's listening to stay tuned to WUSM for your weekly wrap-ups, and also stay tuned to the SM2 Instagram, Facebook, and X, because we let everyone know what's going on in the timeliest manner that we can get it out.
That's awesome. I'm so excited for, you said Somewhere with Sophia is coming back.
It is indeed. We've got a lot of organizations that we've been talking to, and we are still in the process of finalizing which one we want to do next, but we're going through a couple of different fun options, and I can't wait for everybody to see what we decide on. I can't wait to see what we decide on because I'm still in the process of picking from the list.
Yeah, I'm so excited. That was such a hit last semester.
It was. Sophia brought in a lot of good praise, and I love Sophia. She's a great girl. She's a great student, and she does a lot for our organization as a whole, as our business. You know, she started as a volunteer, if I'm not mistaken, and
I think you're right. Yeah.
now she's excuse me. Now she's gone up in the ranks here at SM2, and hell, she's got her own TV show.
Just goes to show like how much you can grow in SM2.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Here at Southern.
Yeah.
Golden Eagles, golden opportunities, if you will. That's us, baby.
Absolutely. Is there anything else that you wanted to add?
I think that really wraps up StratCom for the week. I'll be back next week with more, just to let y'all know.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I think that we have our news wrap now. So right after that, we'll be back with Cadence Renfro from the Student Prince.
Active shootings in America have been an issue for years. Students are expressing how they think USM is prepared. Sophomore Kennedy Marshall believes that USM is equipped to handle an active shooting.
I feel like USM is prepared because if you go on campus, the camp police is pretty, they're pretty vigilant.
On the other hand, senior Gabby King does not feel that USM is prepared for an active shooting.
Personally, no, just because of Hattiesburg in general. I feel like most shootings that have happened aren't handled efficiently because they keep happening repetitively over and over again.
Although students had mixed emotions about USM's active shooter procedures, Chief of Police Rusty Keys assures that USM is prepared.
First thing to know is that no active shooter situation is the same. There's the unknowns, things you cannot factor in, but to overall plan and prepare for situations such as an active shooter, UPD, the University of Southern Mississippi, is very prepared.
University police had their annual active shooter training this month. Chief Keys explains why training with local authorities is important.
We train together so we all do the same thing at the same time. We know how to respond. We know what kind of teams we got to put together to respond to the situation and what kind of building and how to communicate. We talk the same language. So that's why we train, and that training is very successful. We've been doing it for years.
Students can visit usm.edu/police for more information such as an active shooter training video. I'm Stephanie Perez-Munoz with SMTV.
We are back. You're tuned in to WSM 88.5 FM, and we have Cadence Renfro here for our weekly wrap-up from Student Prince. How are you doing?
Doing good. This is my first ever weekly wrap-up, so
Yay.
Welcome.
I'm a little nervous,
We're
but
so excited to have you. So tell us a little bit about your first week of production.
yeah, so our first paper came out yesterday. You can find them literally all along campus. They're everywhere. Took a very, very long time to get those out, I will say. But we have some interesting stories. As you just heard, there was the active shooter radio wrap. We also have that in the paper with a lot more details. We have some stories about like the Hub City Transit, tariffs. We also have some about like the restaurants in Hattiesburg and deals that they're doing for students.
Ooh.
So we've got a lot of interesting stories this week.
I need to check out that one.
Look at those student deals.
That was by Mallory. It's like all the downtown, like Hattiesburgers, Southbound. In the article, like you can find like they're all there listed for you to find out what days, like what the discounts are.
That's awesome.
I know. I thought it was a very interesting little article.
Listeners, y'all listen to that.
Get your discount.
I got my student discount at PJ's this morning, so trying to get those wherever I can.
So PJ's does a student discount.
It was like 10% off with the ID.
I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take it.
I know. Yeah. And we also had a story from the Roy Howard Community Journalism Center that was very, very interesting. It is about a Mississippi man who got a Neuralink put into his brain. It's like a brain implant. It was a very interesting story. Sammy Jordan. She was the main reporter for it, I believe. She's a student here, and I think she's also volunteering with us.
I think we've had her on radio before. Sammy, you know Sammy.
No,
you met
that's
her in
Sam.
training. Oh.
Sam is a host. Sammy does something with SM2 I believe, but she's a oh my god.
I'm trying
she's
to mix my
amazing.
Sams up.
Lots of S's. But her story is very, very interesting and just kind of mind-blowing to read. It has gotten a lot of attention, and I think it's I love that we can have them here to also put them in our paper. We also got our sports. I'm not a big sports person, so I don't think I can give much of an update on sports, but we got Huff beginning his first season. Coach Huff. We got Braxton bringing his quarterback experience.
Yes.
Hopefully he will. I believe in him. They're going to win.
Let's go Eagles.
Yeah. I believe they're going to win against Mississippi State, and if they lose against Mississippi State, I'm actually just going to keep saying that they won.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm going to manifest it.
We can just never admit.
No, we're going to win. We're going to win. We're going to put it out in the air.
Of course.
We love it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to add for student prints? Anything we can look forward to for maybe next week? Any
sneak peeks?
Next week, should be having some stories about some executive orders.
Okay.
Some new stuff going on campus. I know we'll have quite a few student features about some very interesting stuff that people are doing on campus.
Okay.
Oh no, one of them's like about a lab. It's about some PhD work that they're doing about virology. It's like, I don't know how to say the word.
Virology?
Virology? I think it has something to
that's
do with
it.
I think viral. I don't know if I'm saying it right.
The science of viralness?
The science of like viruses.
Oh, okay.
The science of being sick. That's what I'm gonna go with.
Okay.
That's what I think it's about. Pretty sure. But we've got some interesting features coming up. I know we have a new transfer soccer student who we're doing a feature on.
Ooh.
So that'll be really interesting. I've heard that they've been getting some good feedback from the USM community, so I'm glad that we're getting to talk with them.
That's very exciting.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, there's newspapers all over campus. I picked up my copy yesterday. I haven't gotten to read it yet. That's my plan after this.
And Thursdays, we have our TVs. We got our TVs
Oh,
on.
yes. Cadence, I would like to segue from you real quick just
you're
to
all
talk
good.
about that because I'm really excited
Yeah.
about that. So Thursday, I'm over here in College Hall, and someone comes up to me and they're like, Carter, today's the day. And I was like, what do you mean? What is the day? And they were like, SMTV's going on the Jumbotron in the Thad Cochran Center. I said, oh my goodness. And I ran from College Hall, right here in this building, all the way to the Thad Cochran Center in the rain, just to see our SMTV crew on that big screen. Let me tell y'all
really
something.
good.
It is crisp. You can hear what they're saying. Oh my gosh, y'all. It is nice. We haven't been able to have that prior to this semester, so this is a first time gig for SMTV and SM2 as a whole for us to have a massive layer of outreach on our campus. So listeners, if you just so happen to be in the Thad Cochran Center between the times of 12 and 12:30 on Thursdays, you can see SM2 on the big screen in the Thad, the Hub, and I believe when I was walking through, because I know I saw it in Seymour's as well. So we are very well spread out through there. And very excited for that. Very, very excited for that.
It's a very exciting time to be a part of SM2.
I wish I could have seen it this Thursday. I'm marked my calendar for next week because I want to go see it. But I saw the stories on Instagram. It looked like there were people like watching and like interested, and it was really cool to see.
Fried Chicken Wednesday. Everybody and their mama loves to come to the Fresh, and so I noticed that.
And didn't Rorschach like spend so much time captioning those? Like, a big shout out to him for doing that. I know that was a lot of hard work on his part.
Rorschach is one of our kings.
Yes, love Rorschach.
He used to be on Weekly Wrap Up, but not this semester. He's gonna take a little break from that, you know. But we still love our man Rorschach. You know, SM2 is strong as ever. We got really, really good people. We have a great crew, great production crew. And yeah, this is gonna be a great semester.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you super quick about radio's stuff this week. We had some great guests on, and we're going to start doing some live remotes from Shoemaker Square, the fountain by the Union. And we had our first two for Southern Miss today this week. They were super successful.
I saw y'all's like big ol' banner thing. I love that as the backdrop. I
didn't even know we had that, and I was very excited to see that we had that. What Cadence is referencing to the listeners who can't see what we're doing right now. The setup in Shoemaker Square is a large tent with a large printed up banner. So whenever any of you listeners get a chance, stop by and check it out.
Yeah. We hope you stop by and listen to the live broadcasts. It was really fun this past week. So.
And do y'all have like interviews out there? Is that what y'all are doing?
Yeah, we're doing interviews out there. Yeah,
that's pretty exciting. I love that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we have a break coming up, so we'll be right back.
This is Mississippi Moments, produced by the Center for Oral History and Cultural Heritage at the University of Southern Mississippi and supported by the Mississippi Humanities Council. I'm Bill Ellison. When Arabelle Kagans began attending school in 1925, students were required to purchase their textbooks. She remembers having to do homework late at night using books borrowed from her classmates.
I wanted to be up in my class, and so I had to study. And the time I studied would be after everybody would go to sleep at night. I would study to get my lesson. And at that time, we didn't have the school giving us books. And, well, I wasn't able to buy my books or get books. So in the evening time, I would have to go to somebody's house if it was an assignment or something I had to get in and borrow their book. And sometimes we studied together because I wasn't able to get all the books that I needed for school. The state wasn't giving us anything, not at that time. I don't know whether they were providing for white schools or not. I know we didn't have any. And I took home economics, and we had to have projects for the class that I was in, and we had to buy our own material.
To learn more, subscribe to the Mississippi Moments podcast or visit cohch.org. Mississippi Moments is supported by the Mississippi Humanities Council. The humanities are for everyone.
Sponsorship comes from American Graphics. Located at 8 Commercial Warehouse Drive in Hattiesburg, American Graphics provides custom screen printing and embroidery. They can be reached by phone at 601-602-2277, and the website is goamericangraphics.com. American Graphics, printing at its finest.
United Way fights for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in our community. To learn more or get involved, call 601-545-7141. We have one life. To live better, we must live united.
Research shows that audiences feel positively about businesses that underwrite programming on their community radio station. Research also shows that the audiences are likely to patronize businesses that support community radio programming. The audience also believes that businesses that support community radio care about their community. If you want to build this type of relationship with WUSM's audience, call us at 601-266-4287 to ask about sponsoring programming. It's more than just exposure, it's building a community relationship.
Thank you guys for tuning in for our weekly wrap-up. I think that this is about it for today, but definitely tune in to our Southern Miss Today shows. They air at 12 Monday through Thursday. Lots of great content on there. Check out all the socials, pick up a paper, and then, tune back in on Friday at noon. And yeah, thanks.
To the top.
Woo.
This has been the Southern Miss Student Media Weekly Wrap Up. A look at the events Southern Miss Student Media has covered throughout the week and the events Southern Miss Student Media is working on for next week. The Southern Miss Student Media Weekly Wrap Up airs Fridays at noon on Southern Miss Radio. We'll see you next week for the Southern Miss Student Media Weekly Wrap Up. Sponsorship comes from Southern Beverage, your local Michelob Ultra distributor. Michelob Ultra has significantly fewer carbs and calories per serving if you are watching those in your diet. You can reach Southern Beverage by phone at 601-268-9111, or you can find them on the internet at southernbeverage.com. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri, and Southern Beverage ask you to please drink responsibly.
You got my letter, you read it twice. Short breaths, long